didn't think to use the sunscreen on her shoulders. The afternoon too bright, the summer feeling older. Then the calendar said they laid out on the sand till the light went golden. Someone reached for someone's hand. She noticed it first, the pink across the collarbone, the way the skin betrayed the hours they spent alone together in the heat. By evening it was clear, the sun had left a signature that kinda disappeared slowly, and the slowness was the point she pressed. The burn with 2 fingers just to feel it, no distress. Exactly, more the proof that something happened here. A physical receipt for the best day of the year. He left on Sunday, said he called the August sky, made everything feel permanent, which was the lie. That summer till she washed his car until the bend, and then went back inside and found the burn again. Still warm against the palm, the only thing that hadn't left yet, the lingering sunburned memories. They hurt the way the good things do. Warm at first and then the ache comes through. She keeps pressing on the tender skin to feel it stay. The summer's leaving and the burn won't fade away. Not yet, not yet. 3 weeks out and the burn had turned to something soft. The bronze that made her look like she'd been somewhere aloft, above the ordinary. Her co-worker said she glowed. She didn't tell them what the glow was, what it showed. He called twice, the first time she was ready, voice composed and calibrated. The second call, a choice of words got away from her. The sentence started true, ended somewhat complicated. They both knew what the complication was. The same thing summer knows when autumn starts to send the advanced shadows. When the close of the warm season is a theory than a fact, and all the things you thought were permanent contract into the actual. She touched the faded line where the burn had been the brightest, like a sign that she'd been tracing all September without naming the habit for what it was, the quiet claiming of a summer that had already decided to become a memory one-sided. In the way that heat is when it goes, it takes the warmth but leaves the afterglow. Memories, they peel but leave a trace, a different texture where the summer touched your face. She reads the line with broad beats, ordinary skin, like a map of where the feeling used to live within the season. Now the season's closing in. October came with this particular talent for making everything seem more relevant. In retrospect, the photographs she hadn't posted, the ones too close to true, she almost ghosted the whole folder, then decided no, let them exist the way the summers glow. Exists in the body long after the source. She was changed by it, that was the course of that specific sun. Not ruined, not redeemed, just slightly new and different in the place the light had entered. That afternoon when everything was centered on the sound of waves and his specific laugh, and the burn that was still coming in the aftermath. Sunburned memories, she doesn't press the skin anymore. The tenderness is healed to something more, like bedrock. What the summer burned is part of her now. Not a wound, a layer she carries it somehow. The way the body carries every light has been beneath, the way the shore holds the shape of every wave beneath the sand. He was the kind of summer that you survive by understanding. You were supposed to burn, you were supposed to feel it, you were supposed to bring the mark back, proof of something real that happened in the heat. A minute. Summer doesn't ask permission. It just arrives with all that heat, and she came with it. Like the tide knew her name, and I was just standing at the shore, learning the schedule. We met at the edge of the party where the music thinned. She was watching the water I was watching the wind move through her. That's not a metaphor, just the actual fact of a summer night doing what summer nights do. The pack between the heat and the dark that makes everything honest. She turned before I spoke, which was the clearest, calmest sign out there that something in the air had shifted. The way the tide shifts, not dramatic, just uplifted from where it was. I said something minor, she replied with something that contained a question wrapped inside a statement. I've been at this long enough to read the architecture of a sentence built for what it needs to leave unanswered. She was building exits and entrances at once. The sentences like bridges, like the censuses of what she let me know tonight and what she wouldn't. The tide was going out and I decided that I shouldn't chase it. Let it go, stand where I was, the shore. Know something that the swimmer does, and patience is the law of the coast. I stayed, I watched, I said my piece, and let the quiet between us find its own release. The tide comes in and doesn't ask you how you feel, just covers what it covers and reveals what's underneath when it pulls back again. She moves like water, I've been learning how to swim in her specific current. Midnight summer shore, the kind of pull you stop resisting when you know what it's for. An hour in, and we were on the water's edge. Your shoes already off, already at the ledge of something. The sand still warm from the day, the kind of residual that summer heat will stay inside her. She walked into the ankle turn, then looked at me like, well, and everything I'd learned about the patience of the shore dissolved into a different kind of knowing, resolve to walk into the water without checking what was under. The particular trust of a summer night, the thunder. Somewhere far away, not threatening, just marking that the air was full of charge. The dark and stark and outline over against the water and the sky made the architecture of the night imply something structural. She laughed at something I said, and the tide came in enough to reach my foot. The spread of cool against the heat of the sand still on the skin. That's the whole sensation, the whole discipline of the summer night reduced to her. The water, the edge, the laugh, the look, the particular ledge we were both standing on and choosing. The tide comes in and washes clean the marks we made in sand. She comes close and then returns before I understand if close was the intention or the current speaking. She's the question and the shore's the one that's keeping every answer in the depths below the midnight water. I've stopped trying to predict, I'm just the quarter moon above it all, reflecting what she gives me. Moving with the pull of her, that's enough to live in tonight. We stayed until the tide turned. I don't remember who moved first, toward the dry sand, toward the street, toward the end of the beginning, or the beginning of something else. She looked back once at the water. I looked at her looking. That's all I needed. That's all it was. That's everything. The first day of summer vacation, she left her shoes by the door and didn't think about them again for 6 weeks. That's the whole story, but let me tell it right. She hit the asphalt at 8 in the morning, barefoot and deliberate. The heat already rising from the road. Illiterate, language of the summer that her feet could read. Every crack and patch and pebble, no speed required of her. The alley had its own pace, the narrow one between the garden walls, the grace of a passage built for bicycles and cats and children. In the summer she was that last category, 10 years old and sovereign. Over the 6 weeks ahead, the foreign country of the school year put away behind her like a jacket. She was glad to leave for days that didn't have a schedule or a bell. Just the alley and the heat and the specific smell of the neighbor's garden after someone watered it. The sweet particular that every summer kid carries into adulthood without knowing what to call it. Just reaches for it sometimes, and it falls barefoot on the alley. Summer open and wide, the asphalt keep keeping score of every stride. She on the narrow passage in the sky above. That particular freedom has no synonym for love, but it's close, it's close. Yeah, a 10, she mapped the whole kilometer of lane, from the fig tree that was always there to the drain that flooded when it rained, and drew the frogs. By evening she knew the territory, the logs of every door and window. Which ones had the dog that barked, which ones had the radio. The fog of adult interiors glimpsed through curtains left ajar. The laundry lines that made the alley a bazaar of other people's ordinary. She moved under it, all like a fish through coral, intimate with the ecosystem, part of it, unclaimed by anyone, just the summer and the unnamed. Freedom of the barefoot hour before the heat became too much, when the asphalt's dark concrete was still decided hot enough to feel like purpose underfoot instead of punishment. The surface told her where the day was going. She could read the road the way the sailors read the weather, her own code. Barefoot on the alley, the whole day to spend. The road knows where the summer starts to bend toward afternoon. She reads it in the heat, the territory mapping every barren honest beat of soul on stone. She's home. The afternoons were different. She returned to the shade of the fig tree, where the light was softly made into something slower. Ate the fruit directly from the branch, the way that summer asked you to, exactly, without ceremony. And watched the alley empty into the siesta hour. But plenty of the quiet afternoon, the cats emerging from wherever cats go when the heat is surging. Past the comfortable, she stayed at the root of the tree and felt the day go still. The fruit above her and the road below, and nothing between her and the summer. Just the breathing of a child inside the center of the season, without a name for it, without a reason to need one pure duration. Just the hour moving through the fig tree's particular bower, shade and light and the distant sound of someone's television. She was found inside the summer, summer found inside her. The kind of equation that the years transfer into nostalgia without her permission. Barefoot on the alley, looking back from here, the road was teaching her what she'd hold dear, without knowing she was learning anything at all. The asphalt, the fig tree, the afternoon's long haul, shade and heat, the sobbing weeks of being no one's schedule. The cheeks flush from the sun, the soul's already tough. By August, that's the whole of it, that's enough. More than enough. That road was the first country she ever fully owned. The summer still lives in the particular heat, rising from asphalt under bare feet. Somewhere in her body every July, still there, still hers. By September, the shoes were by the door again. She put them on without looking, but the soles of her feet knew something the shoes didn't, and still do. I've been above this coastline since before the pier was built. Watch the fishing nets dry in the morning, watch the storms rearrange the sand, watch the quiet decades, and then tonight something different came. And I lean down as far as the sky can lean. They built the stage on the sand in 3 days. I watched the crew work in the August heat, driving stakes into what I'd known as silence, stringing lights between steel poles like a message meant for me. By Friday evening, the frame was standing, a temporary city at the water's edge, the kind that only exists for 48 hours, then disappears and leaves the shore without a trace. I've seen fishing villages rise and fall in this same spot, watch boats go out and not come back, watch children grow into the people who forgot to see. And then one summer night, remember it again. That's what this was, the remembering. 800 people who had been indoors all year, arriving at the oldest thing they knew, the water in the dark and the sound of something true. The first car arrived at 6:30. A girl in the passenger seat asleep already. The driver looked up through the windshield at me. I gave him every star I had. I leaned down low when the music starts. The neon reaches up and touches where I are. The ocean keeps the rhythm that the bass forgets. Tonight I'm not just watching, I'm the ceiling of something I don't have a name for yet. The set began at 9 and the crowd became a tide. Not the water kind, the kind that has a feeling, moving in one direction without deciding to. The way grief moves through a family, the way joy does. I track the woman in the yellow dress, the specific yellow that exists in summer only. The kind that holds the light from earlier in the day and gives it back at midnight like a kept promise. She danced the way you dance when no one's watching, except I was watching. I always am, arms not performing anything for anyone, just a body finally saying what it meant to say all year. The man beside her watched for 17 songs, not creepily. The way you watch a fire, something that makes you feel warm from the outside, something you don't wanna interrupt. On the 18th song, she turned and said something. I couldn't hear it from up here, just the shape of the words. But his face changed the way faces change when someone has said the exact right thing at the exact right time. I lean down low when two people find each other in the place between the neon and the water. I've watched 1,000 summers come and go, but I have never learned to stay unmoved by the moment when the crowd of 800 becomes two people and the song they'll carry home. And to the stage entered its final chapter. The DJ had been building since the beginning. Every song a sentence in a long confession about what summer actually is beneath the surface. I've heard this kind of music before, not the genre, but the intention. The sound of someone giving everything right at the end, when most people are too tired to do anything but receive it completely. The girl in the yellow dress was at the water's edge, the man beside her now, both looking at the sea. The speakers behind them doing what they could to fill the space between the bass and the ocean filling in what the speakers couldn't reach. That's the collaboration I've been watching for as long as I've been above water. The made thing and the natural thing, trying to say the same thing. A child of about 10 had been brought by someone older. She was sitting on someone's shoulders near the back, eyes wide, the specific wide of a person experiencing something for the first time that they'll never forget. I bent the light from one particular star toward her face, so she remembered it was clear that night, so the memory would have a roof. I lean down low as the last song ends. The neon fades, the speakers breathe their final breath. The ocean takes the silence back as its own, and I watch the people stand in what remains. This is what I do, I watch and hold and keep a specific light of specific nights and the archive of the deep. I'll be here when the stages sand again, and when someone stands here in December and can't explain why they feel something they don't have a name for. It will be this night, still in the ground, still in the air, still mine to hold for as long as there is sky. The last light on the rig went out, and for a moment before the ocean took it, the silence had the shape of every song that had been played. You could almost see it, the structure made of air and memory. Standing where the stage had been, I held it as long as I could, which was longer than you think. I'm very old, and I've gotten good at holding. I was 17, and the road was mine from school until the dark. Took the long way home because the short way had no park, no hill to crest, no vista point, no reason for the burn in the thighs. I needed the burn, needed somewhere to turn. The summer radio was leaking from somebody's window, something with a guitar that got inside my chest below the rational. I stood up on the pedals past the shrine, where the road drops in the coast and hits the salt and the pine. That smell, I've been chasing it in everything I've done since. The specific compound of the sea air in the fence of cedar at the curve. The light was doing everything at once, golden orange and the kind of purple that confronts you with the brevity. I didn't have the word for it then, just the pedaling, the chest of burning and the wind of it. The wind being always on the edge of something big, something just past the next hill that I never stopped to dig into, because the next hill always came. And that was the whole game, that was the whole flame of being 17 and having nowhere to arrive. Just the road and the light and being stupidly alive. The sunset doesn't wait, it never waited once for me. I chased it on the bicycle like it owed me something free, and burning through the golden, going nowhere fast. The boy I was kept riding like the light was gonna last. There was a girl, there's always a girl in the version that you tell yourself at 30. The excursion into memory softens certain edges, sharpens others. She lives somewhere along the coast road. The colors of her house, the kind I noticed without deciding to. Navy gate, white wall, a bicycle that wasn't new but wasn't mine. I slow without admitting I was slow and never stopped. Just catalog the almost without knowing I was cataloging. Just the pedaling and the showing up of her name in every song that guitar was playing through the windows of that summer. Every saying of the melody somehow addressed to the particular way. She stood outside the convenience store in August, the specific angle of a girl who doesn't know she's gorgeous in the way that matters. Casual and unrehearsed, I had rehearsed everything and it came out the worst version of the feeling, so I wrote instead. Let the gradient in the headwind say what couldn't be said. Let the burning in the legs translate the burning in the chest. The bicycle was my best interpreter, my best and only honest instrument that year. The sunset doesn't explain, it just performs and leaves. I was the audience, the bicycle, the salt air in my sleeves. The guitar from someone's window following me home. The boy I was kept riding so we never have to know what waited at the bottom of the hill. The ordinary night, the dinner table and the homework and the ceiling's quiet light. So we rode past the knowing into something bright. The sunset doesn't wait, but God, it was a sight. Here's what I know from the distance of the years between. The boy on the bicycle was writing something in the scene of every coastal evening that the man is still translating. The burning in the guitar and the light still radiating from somewhere in the archive of the body. The legs remember the gradient a little. The chest remembers the specific compression of a feeling too large for 17 to hold precisely. He wasn't chasing anything he could've named. He was being chased by time, by what comes after. The sunset was a deadline and he knew it in the way you know the things you can't think straight about. So he rode toward it every evening, as if speed was a kind of answer, as if the coast road had a door at the end of it that opened on to something he could keep. The sunset doesn't stop, but neither did I for long. The bicycle, the coast road, the guitar, and someone's song. And the girl by the Navy gate who never knew my name. The burning and the purple and the summer just the same. Summer after summer, until I wasn't 17. Until the road got shorter and the lights stopped being keen on making everything look possible in gold. I still ride sometimes, different hill, older, cold, but something in the pedaling returns me to that climb. The boy who chased the sunset and was caught by it every time, who burned for the burning and arrived without arriving, who was 17 and golden and completely and entirely alive. Alive. I had a forecast for my life, predictable and clear. Same coffee, same commute, same version of the year. Then the pressure dropped on a random Tuesday afternoon. You walked into the room like weather arrives too soon. No warning system caught you, no siren, no alert. Just a barometric shift before the first thing hurt. In a good way, the way a storm makes the air feel charged. I didn't see you coming and I was never more enlarged. You hit me like the sky forgot to check the forecast first. Sudden and total, the good kind of worst. I didn't have a basement for a feeling this size. You came in through the window I didn't know was open wide. I used to think love built itself the slow and steady way, brick by brick the architecture of a long and careful day. But you arrived like weather systems do, already formed, already moving fast enough to leave a man transformed. I lost the roof off my routine, the fence around my plan. You don't apologize for landing, storms don't, and you ran straight through every structure I had built to keep me dry. I should be more afraid of this, I can't explain why I'm not. Why you hit me like the sky forgot to check the forecast first. No time to board the windows, no time to rehearse. The damage looks like daylight now, the wreckage looks like grace. I'm standing in the debris of who I was and loving the place. They warn you about storms, tell you to take shelter, stay inside. But I ran toward the window and I felt you on the rise. Some man bored the windows, I threw mine open wide. I wanted the whole velocity, I wanted to collide with something real enough to leave a permanent mark on the frame of my own construction. You arrived and you became the only weather pattern I've stopped checking twice. I just step outside now, every time, without thinking twice, 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 twice. You hit me like the sky forgot to check the forecast first. Now I check the window every morning, hungry, thirsting for whatever you're bringing in karma. Category 5, I built my whole life sheltered. You taught me how to feel alive in the eye of you, in the rain of you, in the after of the storm. I'm not the same man standing here. You came in and you transformed every quiet structure that I built to keep love out. You hit me like the weather, and I never wanted to stop. He remembers the screen door and the way it always slammed. Grandma's kitchen radio, the static in the hand-me-down transistor playing something from the coast. His father's voice calling everyone like a host, counting cousins on the porch before the tide came in. The smell of salt and charcoal, the particular skin of a summer that existed only in that one town. 3 weeks a year where nobody's last name held them down. And there was a girl 2 houses past the bait shop sign, sun-streaked and barefoot, always somehow just in time to catch him watching. He never said a single word, just learned the sound of her laugh better than any bird. He practiced sentences all winter in his head, showed up every June with the same thing left unsaid. She moved away the August he turned 13, no goodbye, just an empty house with the for sale sign growing dry. Salt air and screen doors, grandma's hands in the dough, the whole family loud at the table, nobody had to go anywhere but here, and somewhere underneath the noise, a boy's still watching for a girl who isn't there. Some kind of love that never got to be a voice, just folded in with everything that made that summer mine. Now he drives up every July with kids strapped in the back. The same screen door, new hinges, same crack in the porch step. Nobody fixed across the years. His mother's hands look different now, but they pour the same sweet tea into the same glass pitcher. Summer doing his claim on time, and when his son runs toward the water at the same hour, he used to watch for her. He feels the old door open just a little, not enough to walk through, just enough to remember he was someone who loved quietly before he knew the weight a word could hold. He doesn't tell his wife the story, doesn't need to be told that some affections don't resolve, they just relocate into the architecture of a place you can't recreate. He passes the bait shop, sees a different family now. The for sale sign came down years ago somehow. He never found out where she landed, never asked. Saw air in screen doors, his father's laugh too loud. His kids don't know the bait shop holds a quiet kind of cloud that passes over him sometimes when the light hits just right. Some kind of love that stayed a secret his whole life. Folded in with the charcoal smoke, the cousins and the tide. Still part of what makes this particular place feel like home. Maybe she remembers nothing, maybe she forgot his name. Maybe the watching only mattered in the frame of his own 12-year-old chest, and that's alright. He's not chasing what was never gonna be made right. He's just noticing the way a place can hold two things at once. The whole loud family loving one quiet unanswered one. Both of them real, both of them his, both of them part of the only summer that ever fully built his heart. Salt air and screen door, his daughter laughing loud, just like he did, just like his father did. The proud, unbroken sound of a family doing what they've always done. And somewhere in the warmth, there's still a flicker of the sun on a girl who never knew she was the first thing he held tight, without ever holding her at all. Just held the light she left behind without meaning to. Still folded in the same salt and screen door summer that will always wear her name. I brought 2 chairs up to the roof and didn't say why. Just figured you'd follow the way the moon follows the sky, without needing a reason, just a no kind of pull. You sat down beside me and the whole night got full. Something I didn't have a name for yet. The city below us forgetting to forget that we existed up here in the gravel and the wires. First firefly blinked on like it lit its own desires. I pointed, you laughed at how slow I was to see. The second one, the third, you'd already counted 3 before I caught the first. That's how it's always been. You see the light before I know I'm looking for it again. We didn't talk much, silence had its own design. Comfortable enough to let the quiet intertwine with everything unsaid between the gaps in conversation. I learned that night that love don't always need narration. Up on the roof where the fireflies write their own constellation. I'm slow to catch the light, but you got my full attention. The city hums below, but we're floating somewhere higher. 2 chairs, 1 silence, and the night that we're admiring. You asked me once what I was thinking. staring at the dark. I said nothing much, just watching how the fireflies spark and fade to black, like they're playing some patient kind of game, teaching us that light don't have to stay lit to remain the same light it always was, just resting, just dim. You said that's deep for a guy who can't ever find the right words when it matters, and I laugh because it's true. I say my deepest thinking for nights up here with you. The roof, access door, creep behind us like a secret we weren't supposed to know about, like we discovered it just for this, just for nights when the air gets warm and slow and conversation doesn't need a destination to go. I trace the skyline with my finger, you trace something on my hand. Neither one of us rushing to fully understand what that meant, just letting fingers learn another language up here above the heat, above the regular dam. On the roof where the fireflies ride their own constellation, I'm still slow to catch the light, but I caught your hesitation. The city hums below, but we're floating somewhere higher. Two chairs, one silence, and you're the night I'm still admiring. Maybe love is just attention paid to small and quiet things, the way a firefly insists on glowing even though it brings no permanent illumination, just a moment then it's gone. Maybe that's enough, maybe that's what we've been building on this roof, these nights, this slow collection of July, when nothing's been declared but everything feels verified by presence, by return, by chairs we never have to ask to bring back up. Some love don't need the weight of being asked. Up on the roof where the fireflies write their own constellation, I finally see the light now. I finally found my patience. The city hums below, but we built our home up higher. Two chairs becoming permanent, and you're the only night I'm requiring, not just admiring, needing, keeping, choosing every time. This roof, this quiet, this version of you and I, where the fireflies still gather, like they know we're staying. And I'm done being slow to catch what my heart's been saying. She keeps two photographs, one she looks at often, one she never looks at anymore. She hasn't thrown either one away, that's the whole story actually, but let me tell it longer. The first one lives inside a drawer she opens every morning, not for the photograph or something else, but the warning of its presence keeps her honest, keeps the old account from closing entirely. She doesn't need to count the years since then to feel the math of it. A different woman in that image, same orbit of the face, but something in the posture, in the lean toward whoever held the camera. She's been that open once, that forward facing, that without the careful architecture she built after the doubt came in and stayed. She looks at it sometimes, not with grief exactly, more the way the mind provides us a house it used to live in, just to check the rooms are where they were, the after wreck inventory. Yes, the kitchen's there, the hall, and here's the version of myself before the fall into the person that the fall made. Not a worse one, not a better, just the after, the rehearsed one who knows the low barren walls by now and doesn't lean against the ones that won't hold. She just doesn't. She carries the past like a scar she's learned to read, not a wound anymore, just a record of the sea that grew her harder in the places that it broke. The old love left a blueprint she's been building with the smoke. The second photograph, the one she doesn't look at, live somewhere she can access but won't. It gives too much of the specific back, too accurate. A rendering of a Tuesday that was average, that became significant in retrospect, which is the cruelest way a moment works. The coolest ordinary afternoon that happened to be the last one of its kind. And you don't know that when the glass sun is on the table and someone's laughing at something small, and you're half there, half somewhere else in the hall of what comes after hasn't announced itself yet. She keeps that photograph because forgetting isn't an option, and yet she doesn't look because remembering completely isn't useful. So it lives in the dark neatly in the category of real important done. A room she's locked for reasons not to run, but to preserve the wall between the then and now. The structural integrity of how she walks in the new rooms without the past bleeding through the floorboard. She holds it fast by not touching it. She carries the past like a key to a house she sold. The house is someone else's now, but the key still holds. It's shaping her palm, familiar, specific truth. She doesn't use it, but she knows exactly what it opens to. He arrived the way new things do, sideways, unremarked. Just someone in the room that gradually got less dark. When he was in it, she noticed this the way you noticed the temperature adjusted at the end of the day without identifying what adjusted it. Just warmer, just lighter. And she came in closer, former hesitations running their assessment in the back, the way they always do now. The old track playing underneath the new song, not competing, just present. She let it play and kept the meeting with the current moment, his particular laugh, the specific way he listened, the aftermath of a conversation with him, how she felt. More like the woman in the first photograph, dealt back to herself, not all the way, not overnight, but the direction she recognized, the direction, the slight lean forward that the body knows before the mind agrees. And this time she wasn't blind to what it was, which made it harder and more clear. It wants to walk toward something while still aware of what walking toward things has cost before, and choosing it anyway, that's the door. She's standing at both photographs still in their places, one in the drawer, one in the dark, two faces of the same woman learning what she's made of. Every time she chooses what she's not afraid of anymore, or afraid of, and chooses anyway. That's the only love story worth telling, she'd say. She carries the past like a compass, not a chain. The old love taught her what direction feels like in the rain. The new one is the walk itself, uncertain, open, real. She's not the girl in either photograph, she's the woman who can feel both of them inside her. Still reach for the door, still lean forward, still choose more. The drawer opens every morning, the dark drawer stays dark, and somewhere in the apartment something is shifting. The way light shifts before you notice it changed. She notices this time, she notices. This time she notices. I used to sleep 8 hours straight. Now I'm up at 2 rearranging playlists, trying to find a song that sounds like you. Haven't found it yet. Keep looking. I used to know the shape of my own day from start to end. Used to move through rooms without a thought around the bend of every hour. I knew what I was doing and why. Now I get halfway through a sentence and I can't describe why. I lost the thread you walked into, it took the middle out of every sequence, left me with a riddle where a routine used to be. I brush my teeth and think of the thing you said last Tuesday near the kitchen sink. Completely unrelated, mine and not an event by any measure, but it set up residence. And the part of my attention that used to track the day now it tracks you Corner office in my brain, no pay, no lease agreed upon, just the occupation of the ambient attention. I was organized enough before I had a system, had a rhythm, had a plan. Now I'm reading the same paragraph again, because somewhere in the second sentence you appear in the margin of my thinking, and the text just cleared. I've been running on a frequency I didn't choose. Every song I hear, I'm checking if it sounds like you. Can't locate the off switch, can't locate the dial. I'm just in it, been in it for a while. I've been cataloging things I didn't used to catalog. The specific way you laugh when something catches you off guard. The 3-second delay before you answer when you're thinking. The way you hold your coffee like you're standing on the brink of something. I've been watching too carefully. I know the data points accumulate, the pattern starts to show. A portrait made of small things, made of margins and of edges of the person when they don't know they're the subject. Pledges nothing, ask for nothing, just exists in the vicinity, and ruins my productivity with impunity. I wrote your name in the notebook once by accident, was taking notes on something else, I don't know when it went. From background to the whole frame, from the weather to the window, now you're both, and I'm just tethered to the particular frequency of you, at a range I can't adjust and won't undo. I've been walking in the rooms and forgetting why I came. Every reason I show up is starting to look the same. Ends up at you somehow. Every road, every route. I'm not complaining, just noting what I'm about these days. Yeah. Here's the clearest thing I've got about the state of this. I was a person with coordinates, a person who exists inside a map of his own making. Knew the north, knew the distances, the landmarks and the worth of every destination. Now the compass spins. Every time you walk into the room, it begins a slow rotation, and I stand there with the instrument, watching it be useless in the best sense of the word. Useless like a spare key that found its lock. Useless like a question that became the clock that runs the whole house. I don't need directions when the destination's you. No intersections required, no rerouting, no recalculating route. Just the spin of the compass, just the point of doubt. Become the certainty, the needle settles when you stay. And that's all I've been trying to say for 16 bars at a time for weeks now. I'm just out here compass spinning, figuring out how to say it in a way that lands without alarming you. But honestly, I'm just completely, quietly into you. I've been running on a frequency I finally understand. Every rearranged playlist was just trying to find the strand of sound that says what I can't say directly. Still looking, but I know it sounds like something slow and warm and good, like a room I wanna stay in. Like the weight of being understood. Like you, specifically, like nothing else. Like you. The playlist has 412 songs now. I found 3 that are close. I'll probably add more tomorrow. That's fine. I've got time. I'm not going anywhere.